Welcome back to another reading. Let's see what's going on. What is happening in the energy out there? That felt heavy, right? What heavy thing is that? And I just noticed the wind blowing outside. Maybe it's time to let something go. It's sitting on your chest. What could that be? I don't know. Let's see what message we have that wants through. No, what are getting twos? Do twos. All right. Again, I have this like heavy. What is it? Are you expecting something? Are you sitting on pins and needles waiting for a message to help you navigate and figure things out? There it is. A change in the wind. We had that the other day. Yeah. And I just mentioned seeing that wind out there. A little bit worried. This card is in the reverse, a little bit worried that things are going to become like when you get that hurricane coming in. I lived in Florida for a while, or tornado. Hurricane's a little bit more longer lasting. Maybe tropical storm. That's what it's more like. This kind of apprehension around the destruction, right? And usually, hopefully, sometimes these things will just come through and move things around a little bit, but not too terribly. And flexible. Yes, that's what it is. This need to be flexible. This is a great message. So yeah, we're going to fear the wind when we don't bend. Okay. It's time to bend, not break. If you stay too rigid, you're going to snap. And that's why it feels like right. Because you're holding on to something. Don't hold on to something. Something wants to go, release it. It may go, it may not, but you're being rigid, like that hurricane and that tornado energy that I'm feeling. It needs to flow over. It needs to go over you. You need to let it pass. And the only way you're going to get through that storm is through flexibility. So the more you can pivot and pivot and pivot, you're still going to go where you want to go, but you need to be flexible. All right. So that's where we're starting. All right, let's get on it with the tarot. Flexibility. We've got a 19. So flexible reduces to 1. There's a new beginning that's coming in, and things are a little bit shaky, not happening the way you would expect. And the other one is the 12, which is a 3. You're trying to create something. It's not going very smoothly right now, but that's all right. That doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Don't worry. You're good. You're going through that change. Yes, you are. We all are. A lot of planets right now are moving, and Uranus is on its way to move into Gemini. So we're feeling all of that shift. Uranus is a natural ruler of Aquarius, which is an air sign of revolution, change. Gemini is communication, also an air sign, or sort of sign. Well, yes, Gemini is a sign. It's ruled by Mercury, but it's an air sign in Aquarius. So, yes, we're going to feel a lot of fast movement, a lot of new ideas, and that is what we have to watch for, is what's happening in the head, right? Are we letting our ideas spin and take us on a little bit of, take us down some pretty dark alleys? We don't want to do that. We want to stay flexible. And what's nice too here is in this card, you'll see there's an egg. And that's the thing you're creating, that new life. That's going to be your new life. It could be a project all in one. That's your grounding point, but you're going to be willing to move, but you know where you're grounded in. It's okay. It's okay. When we build big tall buildings, they have to be built to sway, to move. Bridges have to move. They're not flexible. They're going to break. Here you are. Knight of Cups. You're moving forward. You got something you really like that you're interested in. King of Cups. Oh, you're elevating. We're going towards the King of Cups. But the King of Cups sits on that rocky platform, knows how to navigate, right? And navigate those big emotions that can come up sometimes. Knight of Cups. Underneath is the Hangman. The past, or moving out of the King of Pentacles, right? King of Pentacles is way more solidified and solid. The King of Cups goes after what they want, isn't afraid of sort of the emotional ups and downs, knows how to ride them out. Oh, we've got the Devil coming in. Oh, why is the Devil here? Well, we've got a Capricorn full moon coming up in about less than 2 weeks. That is going to break up something you're attached to. But it needs to go. It's in the way. Knight of Swords. That's your next right move. And the moon. There's that moon energy. You got some fear going on. Take one more for that moon. New beginning. Nope. New beginning coming in. Yeah, Ace of Wands. In that Capricorn full moon. It's time to build something new. It's time to shake it up. It's time to go after what it is you want. You're leaving behind that King of Pentacles. So for some of you, this is a person or a situation, a job, a career, something that was very stable that I'm going to close my door. I had to close my door as a motorcycle raced by. So really speaking to the idea that it's time to get moving, right? As I said, leaving behind something very stable, that job, that relationship, a family structure. King of Pentacles is super rigid, structured, old money, old traditions, old patterns. Like it's weathered. It's not going anywhere, right? So you can think of there are people we know. There are places we've seen. I mentioned a lot about structures and buildings, and I'm thinking of things like the pyramids or other old buildings, the Eiffel Tower, that we can visit, and they were built a long time ago. And so they've stood the test of time. And this is something that will not move. It's very rigid. But that's what you're moving out of. You're going towards this King of Cups. The King of Cups has ripped up their foundation. You see they have a little bit of a foundation there. And they're right in the current. They're like, I'm going to take what I learned in my last cycle, my last life, like the things that I know to keep me stable, and I'm going to move forward. Your next right move is the Knight of Swords. It's time to get going. Obviously, with that motorcycle out there, it's quick. It's fast. It's like, go. Like, get moving now. And yet, you're continuing to try to stabilize what you had. So, for example, right now I'm in the process of moving, and I have moved many, 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 many times in my life. And I'm a Taurus sun. I like to move, love to stay in one place. My soul has a different plan, and that's fine. I've got enough other energies in my chart that help make that happen, particularly my Sagittarius rising, which is all about fire and adventure. So I have this habit as I'm moving, and I've done this enough to kind of catch myself this time, but I'm really getting frazzled. I'm probably 4 to 6 weeks out. I still don't know where I'm living. I know where I'm going. I don't know where I'm living. So it's a little unsettling, but hopefully that comes together. And so because maybe I don't have an actual lease signed yet, there's a piece of me that's like, I'm still living here and I need to keep everything organized and clean. And, um, the yard, I'm renting a lovely house with a beautiful garden and fruit trees. And I was here last year and I pruned all the roses so they would grow big. And, anyways, it's just a lovely yard. And the garden, I finally got the soil right through composting, and everything is just exploding back there. But it is a disaster. I mean, I shouldn't call it a disaster. It is a jungle. It's a jungle. And the cats are loving it because they go out there and all kinds of creatures are out there. And then it's fun and it's beautiful. But I want to go out there and weed and get everything kind of cleaned up. It needs to be cleaned up. And we're 4 to 6 weeks from vacating where I live. That does not align. Inside, I do not have a single box. That needs to change this week. So I'm constantly trying to reorganize and put things back in their place. And it's dissolving. It's breaking down. My life is breaking down. So that I can rebuild it. And so it is requiring, like in this example, a degree of flexibility. If I were to stay so rigid, like, no, we have to have the kitchen cleaned every single night. Yes, the lawn has to be cut just perfectly. No, there cannot be a bunch of overgrowth in that flower bed. I'm leaving. This life, this house will now go and be lovingly handed over to someone else to be its caretaker. And something new is coming in for me, and I need to make that transition. But that is very much like this King of Pentacles energy. It's where we've had something solid. We've done a particular routine. We've worked in a certain place. We've been in a certain kind of solid, consistent relationship. But your soul said it's going, this wind of change. And it's in reverse. So there's a little bit of this behavior. If you've got any kind of pulling back or resistance, or I'm going to go back to doing things the way I used to do them, that is in the past. And that is going to get blown apart. That's why the devil is here, because there is an attachment to something that isn't healthy. So we're not, you're shifting from the King of Pentacles to the King of Cups. And that is to move from something very solid that's been built, that either was given to you or you've had in your life for a long time, person or situation, into something much more passionate, much more in alignment with your heart and emotions. And that is a bit more of an unstable place. All right. So I'm also going to say, I have been interrupted so many times in this reading. It is not that long to be interrupted as much as I have been. So that is also, I think, a component of what you're navigating. Are things that interrupt you, that take you off your forward movement, that pull you back into the situation you're moving on from. Do not stop moving forward. That is why you need the flexibility, right? That's where you're staying grounded on that new egg, right? Your new egg. And that's your place where you're continuously staying focused on, regardless of how you're going to move in the wind. So I wanted to look here at the devil before my latest interruption. Ooh, the Hierophant. It's a commitment, or Taurus. So the devil's also Capricorn and new moon, the full moon I mentioned is coming up in Capricorn time. And again, because these are timeless, look to either we're only looking to the full moon in Capricorn, what was happening at that time. So this year, it'll be in July, mid-July time. Hierophant is Taurus energy. There's some fixed earth, grounded energy, right? It's like you're overcoming inertia. That's what this feels like. And you're actually being pushed by your soul and your guides. And you kind of need to learn how to move a little faster, right? You're a little bit slow. I want you to go faster. Go faster. And you're afraid to go faster because it feels unstable, because you have a lot of this grounded, rooted earth energy in patterns, in places, in people. It's changing. And you want it to change, right? You're going towards something that is you're very passionate about. You're ready to let some situations go. We've got the hangman here. You're seeing things from what you want is different in your life now. You want something that really speaks to your heart. You got to be willing to change. And so it's time to break up that tradition. Yeah, it's become heavy. This commitment that you're in, um, 10 of Wands, we've got in your soul this Ace of Wands. You want something new, something fresh, something lighter. Everything you've been going through has been very, very heavy, and it is dragging you down, and it is distracting you from your dreams. That's what this King of Cups is, a dreamer. That's what you're being asked to go towards, your dream. Wheel of Fortune is in front of you. Fate's changing, and the star healing. So this is also, to me, a little bit of a nod to that shift we had 6 months ago, which makes sense, when the new moon was in Capricorn. So December-ish of 24. And Pluto had made its move into Aquarius. And so we're not doing what we did in the past. We're done. We're done with those lessons and those patterns and those heavy ways of building, manifesting, the time that it would take, the time intensity to make changes. Not anymore. Not anymore. We are going through an enlightenment and an awakening on this planet across all energies. Things are moving at a much faster pace. And so it really is your calling to let go. And these commitments that you were tied to, Star, it's just one distraction. It's not the first time with her. After another, it's Aquarius too. There could be an Aquarius moving from a Taurus to an Aquarius as well. Taurus to Aquarius energy. Just seeing transit wise. And a Capricorn to Aquarius. We've gotten a lot of signs. Capricorn, Taurus, Aquarius up here. And then the moon is Pisces. North node's in Pisces. Going more towards something that is more enlightened for you, spiritually aligned. Yeah. And then the Fool. New beginning. Time for a new beginning. Lots of major cards here. And underneath, you don't think you can do it. You're holding on. You're afraid. I don't know what to say about that. 8 of Cups, you got to go. Your intuition has been calling to you. Materialism has something to do with why you're attached, but you're overcoming this. You're learning what's good for you. You do have a choice to make, though, and that choice has to be joy. The Sun, Leo time. So moving towards a Leo. So it is time to get going. Allow yourself to be flexible. Don't worry about distractions. Just keep yourself moving back to what your goal is. In 2 weeks from now, when you see this reading, I'd say 10 days to 2 weeks, because we're past the new moon. So we're well on our way to that full moon. So if it's not Capricorn, within the next 10 days to 2 weeks, you are going to be offloading some very, very, very heavy energy. It needs to go, because you've got a brand new beginning coming in for you. 10 days to 2 weeks. Keep moving towards what your heart wants. You are in a period of release. as we build up to that full moon. You're releasing something that you built a really strong and long time foundation with. So, but you're ready. You're ready for something fresh. But this is something very tried and true that it's time to let go of. Anything else on that devil card we need to know? Strength. It's going to take a lot of courage to do it. It's going to take all your courage. But you're really moving into this really joyous time. It's a lot of Leo. Leo energy, sun energy, joy, child, creativity. It's going to take all your strength. It's also going to take some strength to stay balanced, right? That's not an easy pose. But you've got this. You can do it. 10 days to 2 weeks. And you'll be on the other side of the heaviest lifting. The heaviest lifting. All right. I hope this helped.